This podcast replay is brought to you by Choice Mortgage Bank. Fixed mortgage rates under 3.5%. Military veterans, 0 down, 100% financing. Call the owner's cell phone right now. Michael Codsey, 561-441-2730. That's 561-441-2730.
Talk a little lane train. We're going to get in contact with Khobi Price now, and we'll have a little fun. We'll talk a little FAU football, which I know it's not a good thing right now because you lost your coach. But hey, listen, overall, you got to be happy with the way the direction of the program. Hopefully, they can find a coach in the near future. We're going to talk to Khobi Price now. You could follow him on Twitter at Khobi, KHOBI_P. You can catch his work at the South Florida Sun Sentinel covering the FAU Owls. He is Mr. Khobi Price. Khobi, good afternoon, my man. How are you doing?
Good afternoon. I'm doing pretty well. Can't complain.
All right, good. Although the FAU fans, are they complaining? What's the buzz? What's the feel? Because they win the conference for, what is it, like the third time in 4 years or second time in third year or whatever it is? What is it?
Yeah, second time in 3 years.
Second time in 3 years, and then they lose their coach to Ole Miss. So what is the reaction right now from the FAU Nation?
I think it's more of one of those, like, we're grateful. We're grateful that it happened. We're sad that it's over, but we're grateful that it happened. There was, and Kiffin said it himself, if you would have said to whoever, an FAU fan administration, whoever, 3 years ago that we're going to win 2 conference titles in 3 years and we're going to have all these wins, 26 wins in 3 years, they would have been like, we're on board. And if they said Kiffin was going to leave after all that, we'd be like, we're on board for that. That's better than anything we'd have done in that period of time. So it's one of those, we're grateful it happened, but sad that it's over.
Were you surprised at all? Because I don't think you probably were, right, Khobi? Because we kind of felt that from the first second he took that job, it was going to be a stepping stone and he was going to wait for that next opportunity.
No, I wasn't. I wasn't surprised, especially because it has been reported that he had been interested in jobs. I mean, there was reports in November, beginning of November, that he was, quote unquote, interested in the FSU job. So it wasn't surprised that he was gone after this year. The surprise, I guess, more so that was Ole Miss, who kind of snuck in towards the end when Arkansas was the one getting all the hype. But that was the better job for him, and it makes sense. It wasn't a surprise at all that he's gone.
Yeah, I actually, and I agree with you. I think he took the better job in Ole Miss. I'd rather go to Ole Miss than go to Arkansas. That's for damn sure.
Absolutely, and to me, I was talking with people before it all happened. I was saying, I don't see him going to Arkansas. Like, if it's between Arkansas and FAU, I think he'd rather stick it out to wait for a better job. Now, the better job came up throughout the week. But that was once the Ole Miss came into the conversation, it was almost a foregone conclusion. That's where he was going to be at.
Khobi Price joining us from the South Florida Sun Sentinel, Owls beat writer. You can follow him on Twitter at Khobi_P. All right, Khobi, so what's the word? What's the list? Who are the guys that they're going after? I did find a name out of that list that I found interesting, but go ahead. You tell me.
I mean, they're still searching. They're still in the beginning stages of it. But there's a lot of guys, and I haven't heard too much about who specifically, but you have plenty of guys who they could potentially look at. Had a story about it, whether it's Eddie Grant from Kentucky, Jim Levitt. I know he's had his issues when he was at USF after being fired. Name that I mentioned as well was James. I hope I'm pronouncing it right. Coley, Coley from Georgia. Those are a few of the guys who, as of right now, looks like there's a potential that they would still do consideration for the opening.
Well, I got to tell you, Khobi, I love Jim Levitt. I know he had that.
Right.
Yeah, dude. I think that's the guy that you would go after. He's got the experience. He made it successful over there at USF. I know he had some issues, disciplinary issues. I guess he took it to a little bit of an extreme, and maybe he's learned his lesson since he's bumped around a little bit since then, pros and college. But the experience that guy brings to the table, plus, I think if you get him, you might keep him there for a while because he's a guy that might have stayed there at USF. He might still be there to this day if he didn't have that controversy happen to him. So that's the other thing that, I've talked about this over the weekend, and I did a little bit today, that it's been so hard, Khobi, for the University of Miami to find a lifer. So the challenge for FAU and FIU is that much harder. Levitt might be that guy that might be willing to stay the rest of the way.
He may be, and it's like I said, a lot of it's still preliminary, still trying to figure out who they're trying to find, who they're trying to go after. But he built that program up, and not just built it from the start, he built it into a successful one.
Yeah, draft picks, dude.
So that
draft picks, brother. Draft picks. I mean, that's the other thing. He put in guys into the NFL. That's at the level that they were now. I would imagine, Khobi, that there's some talk that, in today's world, you want more of a younger guy, a more modern guy, the offense, all of those things, because Lane, obviously, he got it. He understood what direction college football was going in, and he had that kind of offense. So is there that young name that you hear, that up-and-coming assistant that they may want to go after?
Well, if you're talking about assistants, I think it's a name that you might hear quite often. He's in his late 30s. Looking up, he's 37. It's Kendall Briles.
Right.
And if that's a name that sounds familiar, it should be because for FAU, that was the offensive coordinator back in Lane Kiffin's first year. He went to Houston the following year. He's at Florida State. He's probably out of a job now at Florida State. And he's a name, like I said, 37, younger offensive coordinator who could, if you wanted to, he could probably come to FAU and take over the head coaching reins. I know there's going to be probably some bad press. He is a former Baylor assistant,
right? And
we don't have to go over everything that happened with Baylor. But of course, there's going to be that connection. However, if you're looking for an offensive-minded guy, someone who's already familiar with FAU because he did spend a year here, that would be a guy that you could definitely look forward to.
Khobi Price joining us from the South Florida Sun Sentinel as the FAU Owls just won their conference. Unfortunately, they lost their coach. The Lane train is headed out to Ole Miss. And so we're talking about the coaching search for FAU. What is the deadline, Khobi? I would imagine this is something that they want to resolve quickly because of recruiting.
Yeah, they haven't mentioned any strong deadline, but obviously with the early signing period coming up very soon, ideally you would want to have your guy before then. You would want to have that guy before then, have them out there recruiting, have them out there. So when you go, and the assistant coaches, they're out recruiting now. When you go out there and you're talking to players, you can say, this is the guy who you can look forward to. This is the guy who you know will be leading our program. So while they may not have a public deadline out loud, I would guess that they want to have something figured out before the early signing period, probably a couple days before then.
Khobi, fans would gladly offer Dan Enos over to FAU. What do you think about that?
I'm not sure. Not sure how much FAU fans would be behind that one. Not sure if they would be riled up for that one.
Khobi, you're around the program. How attractive of a job is it? Because, dude, it's a great campus. I love that little stadium. They did a great job with that stadium. They improved their facilities now under Lane. So it seems like a more attractive job. You tell me, because you're around it a lot more than I am.
Well, the one thing is, and even if you're upset, for fans who may be upset, but say rightfully have the feeling to be upset. If you are upset, you can feel good knowing that Lane left this place better than when he was here, when he came here. Like you said, the facilities, the stadium's beautiful. They're about to finish. They actually have finished. It's going to be opening up their practice facility for when spring practice to start. You're going to have a brand new facility. Stadium's beautiful. The campus, they like to promote 1.8 miles away from the beach. Good location. You're in South Florida. Great recruiting area for a coach. It's a great place to be, and it's better. And you still have a roster. You're going to have a roster with good players. You have Chris Robinson, who had a great season, MVP caliber season in the conference. You're going to have, unless we have anything with transfers, you're going to have a strong running back group coming back.
Mm-hmm.
You have talented and quick players on the defensive end. You have a good roster, good location, good facilities. It's a good job and a proven winner.
Well, no, I'm with you there. That's why. How are they talent-wise going into the season? What kind of a turnover is there in key positions for the team going into next year?
Well, there's going to be a couple big losses. You got a guy like Harrison Bryant, Mackey Award finalist the senior year. He'll be leaving more than likely for the NFL. I can't imagine he wouldn't be drafted.
Yeah.
He's most likely going to be drafted at some point during the middle of the round. You got a guy like Rashad Smith's going to be gone. And you have other grad students and seniors are gone. But for the most part, you have a pretty good roster coming back next year. So whoever's going to be the coach, they're going to be inheriting a good roster, a talented roster that should be able to compete for the conference next year as well.
Khobi Price is the name. He covers the FAU Owls for the South Florida Sun Sentinel. Follow him on Twitter at Khobi, KHOBI_P. Khobi, thank you for taking some time, my man. Look forward to having you on again when FAU makes that hire. What's the prediction? You got a prediction for me on who ends up getting the job early on here?
Predictions, those are always, because it's so early.
We want to make you look bad, bro. I do this every day. Every day I do bad predictions. So this is your chance to join me on the bad prediction machine.
You want to make a bad prediction? I'm going to make a bad prediction. Don't know if I'm going to make myself do that. Maybe the next time you have me on, I'll make a bad prediction.
Okay, I got you.
Make myself look foolish.
I got you. All right. Well, then don't worry about it. Leave it to me. I do it every day, my man. Khobi, thank you for taking some time, man. We really appreciate it.
Thanks for having me. Take care.
You got it. Take it easy. There you go. Khobi Price, man, from the South Florida Sun Sentinel. There you go. Making his debut on the program. I would hire Jim Leavitt. Okay? I mean, get over it, all right? He had his little difference with some kid, whatever. It's over. That's it. It's not like he was so bad. Come on. The guy's a good coach. He can win. He can develop a program. And he's at an age where I think it's Larinaga-ish, that you're kind of like, you get a good coach at the end of his tenure, that he's really not looking for a stepping stone. He'll just take that program on to the next step.
The other thing is, Kiffin has a name. You bring in another coach that has some semblance of a name. They've won 10 games, 2 out of the last 3 years.
Yeah.
Bring a guy with a name. You'll get some kids. You maybe keep up the tradition they've established here the last few years.
The only thing is that people may start picking on FAU for hiring Leavitt because of his past and all that good stuff. Of course
they are.
And that's going to happen. But he's a good coach, man.
At the expense of, man, what is it about? W's, right?
Yeah.
At the end of the day.